Good morning. How's everybody doing? Oh, it's a chilly one here, but it's a beautiful day. It's a great day for America. So on my way to work this morning, tried to get some things done before I left for work, paying bills and whatnot. Wife ordered me up some beard paraphernalia, some mustache wax, some beard wash, some Bay Rum Lime beard oil, which I'm excited about, and the always fashionable, always cool, old school switchblade comb, which I used to have back when I was a kid, and I thought they were the coolest thing in the world. Well, they still are. They're still making them, which I was very surprised about. So I was like, oh yeah, I used to have one of those when I was a kid. Hang on, bumpy ride. Yeah, I used to have one of those when I was a kid. And she was like, oh really? Well, then you probably don't want one. And I was like, heck no, order me one up. So got that coming. I got a package yesterday from Cabela's. She got me some new fly fishing line, some new leaders, and a new trout net. And I desperately needed the net. Last year I had made my own leaders. Last year was my first year fly fishing. And I went trout fishing once, but I went fly fishing probably 30 or 40 times, as much as I could, last year. And I got into it pretty well and realized that I didn't have to spend money on leaders, that I could make them myself. Hello, man down. These roads are awful. I'm better off holding this thing. So I would make my own leaders, and you basically just take 2 to 3 or even 4 pieces of monofilament, and then you tie them together, using surgeon knots or blood knots, or any other knot that you want. But normally I would just do a surgeon's knot or a double surgeon's knot, which is pretty easy to do, and it's a lot quicker than trying to tie a blood knot when you're on the river. So I started making my own leaders, and they worked pretty well. And you can make them in all different sizes and lengths, which is nice, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. Where you can buy a spool of Trilene 14-pound monofilament, a couple 100 yards for $3 or $4. So basically what you would do is you would start off with like a 25-pound test, and then cut it in halves as you go down. So you do a 25, you would do like a 14 or a 12, and then you would step down to a 7, and then if you wanted to go down further and not have to use a tippet, you could go down to a 4-pound test. But normally I would just stop at a 7-pound or a 6-pound test at the end of the leader, and most of mine were 9 feet long with 3 sections. So what I would do is I would use a 25-pound, a 14-pound, and a 7-pound. And that was kind of the way that I did mine, and that worked pretty well for the most part. But it's not quite as smooth. You don't get quite the presentation when you're laying it out after you false cast it a few times. So I got a couple packs of leaders, 4X leaders, and the trout net is a teardrop shape. But all this stuff was on clearance from Cabela's. I got the Prestige Plus fly line, double taper weight forward 6, which last year I was using a weight forward instead of a double taper. That was just what came on my outfit, but I'm going to strip that off and go with a double taper, and you get a little better action with it. And then once you're done with the other end, you beat that up pretty well. Take it all off, switch it around, you've got a whole nother fly line that you haven't used on the other end because it's a double taper. Each end is the same. So that's going to save some money. And that was all pretty sweet. So I got that stuff yesterday or day before, I believe. Something like that. But it's obviously too cold to go fly fishing right now, but early season does open on Saturday. But it's going to be 12 degrees and the water temperature is about 40 degrees. And I've got to work on Saturday, so I'm going to probably end up going Sunday afternoon. I'll try and take some video of it. Let you guys in on the action. But I noticed Paul Menard, hopefully that's right, Paul's Pipes on Instagram, he fly fishes, which I didn't know. And he had some really nice pictures of where he was at. But I'm definitely going to be integrating pipes with my fly fishing this year, especially when it comes to the summertime, when the bugs get out, mainly the mosquitoes. My dad told me that when he and his brothers used to go fishing with my grandpa, my dad's dad smoked back then. It was in the 40s and in the 50s. And he smoked cigarettes. Well, he never got bit up by mosquitoes, but they did. So I thought, well, I'm not smoking cigarettes, but I do have a pipe now. So I think mosquitoes will be a thing of the past, which I'm pretty stoked about. And I saw a video camera at our local surplus store, kind of a overstocked place where they just buy a bunch of, old stuff. And it was a JVC digital video recorder. I believe the one they have out now is called the Adixxon, ADIXXON or something like that. And it's basically like a GoPro. It's a little bit smaller. It's waterproof down to 16 feet, shockproof, I believe dustproof, and freeze proof, so which will be perfect out here in this weather for a while. And I don't really want to have my Galaxy S3 drop into the river while I'm trying to take a picture of a fish. That would pretty much ruin my day. But these Adixxon JVC cameras come with a goggle, a strap mount that you can wear, like if you had goggles for snowboarding or skiing or dirt bike riding or something like that. And they also come with a like a rail mount for your bicycle handlebars or dirt bike handlebars, or if you wanted to mount it on a rail nearby. And then it also comes with a stand if you have a static object there to rest it on, and you can also put it on a tripod or a monopod. And they were $69, which I thought, that's a pretty good price. So then I went on their website when I got home, and they're selling those things for $299 MSRP. So I don't know what they are at like Best Buy or any place like that, but a $300 camera for $69 is a pretty good deal. And I believe it shoots in 1080p, a couple different frame rates. And then it's also got a LCD display on the back side or on the side of it. And then it's also got Bluetooth or Wi-Fi built into it, so you can stream it instantly, or you can send it to your phone and use your phone as an external monitor to the video camera. For $69, that is a freaking steal. So that's hopefully one of my next purchases, if I can swing it. Get a lot of good fly fishing footage this year, or just some good footage in general, just being outdoors, not have to worry about busting up her digital camera or messing up my phone. Keep that tucked away. All right, gents, lads and lasses, I bid you adieu. Have a great day. Talk to you later. Vaya con Dios. I forgot something. I finished up my No Name bent, self-rusticated, self-stained pipe the other day. Finally got the stem done on it. I had filed it, got all the teeth marks out of it, and all the marks that they didn't get done at the factory. You can still see some of the flat spots from where they had filed or sanded. It just didn't look great. And after I started seeing what they could look like, I thought, you know what, I really need to finish this thing up and make it look nice. So I've in the previous video I showed you I stained it with Minwax wood stain in an ebony color, and got that all. It's stayed on. I've handled the pipe half a dozen times since then, and nothing's ever worn off on my fingers. And then I finished the stem a couple days ago. I didn't have to file anymore, but I did get some 800 grit sandpaper and some 1500 grit sandpaper, or 1000 grit, one of those two, and finished it up. It's probably not the best lighting situation, but it used to be dull like that there on the towards the shank, or the mortise tenon and all that garbage. But I got that really cleaned up, got the button pronounced, so now the button sticks out a little more. Took some compound to it, hand compounded it, got out the little minor scratches and things from the sandpaper, front and back. And then took some carnauba wax, and then finish it up with some wax, clean the inside out, and now she's ready to go. Huh? So I thought this was going to be my sorry about my finger getting in the way there. I thought this was going to be my St. Patrick's Day pipe, but actually what I think I'm going to do with that pipe, instead of a St. Patrick's pipe, I'm actually going to use that as my fishing pipe to go fly fishing with. Well, whatever fishing I do. I do fishing for other stuff, but fly fishing is so fun. I told a buddy last night, we were eating dinner over their house, and I asked him if he had went to the fishing expo, because I know he fishes. And he said no. He asked me if I went, and said yeah. And I mentioned to him something about fly fishing, and he said, I really want to try it. He said, I think it would be something that I would enjoy. And I said, I think it would. I think you would enjoy it. I said, if you enjoy the frustration and the rewards of golf, then you would also enjoy fly fishing, because it is, the timing of the stroke in golf is similar to the timing of the back cast and the front cast of fly fishing. It has to be done in time, whatever time that may be for you. But I said, I think you would enjoy it. It has that frustrating factor to it that you want to perfect, and that's what keeps you going, or that's what makes you give up. So that's one draw to it. And I said, even if you don't catch anything all day, if you have one perfect cast that goes, you can feel it in your arm, you see that loop roll out and just lay the line down and present that fly. I said, if you get one perfect cast all day and you don't catch anything, it's still a good day. Seeing a perfect fly cast, man, that is just one thing. It is just so smooth. But yeah, so the black No Name, or what I started calling it, the Benzoserp. The Benzoserp pipe is the bent No Name, self-rusticated, self-stained. It's the Benzoserp. That way I don't have to explain the whole thing. Kind of like the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, flibbed and differ. Kind of that same deal. Well, thanks for listening to me ramble again. I know I've been shying on the videos lately, but I've been too busy and it's been too cold, and I just haven't had time to sit down and relax with you guys. But I got some videos coming up soon. Have a great one. Talk to you soon. Later.